Happy Friday, y'all. It's about damn time. Thank you for your patience. I will be with you momentarily. Just giving a couple people a minute to get here. Uh, I'm gonna be partying on my birthday next week for a show. Yeah. Happy birthday to all the cancers out there. Shout out to my son. Hey. I'm still feeling that full moon energy though. They said it was the strawberry moon. Very powerful. Very powerful. So yeah, let's get this thing started.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. Yeah, I'm Goddess Dawn, back live, baby. Serving y'all some afternoon tea. You know what I'm saying? A few things caught my eye in the headlines. I thought I would come here for a short chit chat. I'm just trying to get this up on the screen for some context. Hope everybody's doing well. The weekend is here, baby. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. I'm already on vacation. Technically not. I feel like I am, though. I really do. I hope you feeling that ease also. That's called being relaxed and in my faith, fear-free. That's right. That's why I'm here. I'm going to actually switch that out. Better. All right. So today I want to talk to y'all about Kirk Franklin. He had an interview with the Breakfast Club, and they asked him, they were asking him questions, obviously, and they got into a line of questioning that led him to talking about R. Kelly. I thought it was interesting what he had to say. So let's just get into it. I got to set it up though. I'm working, so I did not have the time to prep the setup. So give me a second to just cue this. I'm trying to see, I'll use the computer like this. Oh, and I got to say hi to my peoples. If you here, let me know. Come in the chat. Ring some bells for me. Give me some energy. It's Friday, but I could use the energy. I'm actually about to go to an acupuncture cupping appointment, which I love. Way overdue. Okay, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here. Why am I just sitting here like... One second. Any other birthdays coming up? Let me know. I feel like I just froze for a minute. I didn't know what am I doing? It's weird. Here we go. All right, so let me just share the screen. All right, Chrissy Power. What's happening, Chrissy Power? Joel Jackson, Marcus, Beautiful Spirit. Oh my gosh. I love y'all. Stage of the artist. My girl. I'll be calling you, by the way. I think, we need to call you, but I need to talk to you. Okay. So yeah, let's get into this audio. This is Kirk Franklin. And I believe I have it queued up right before he gets into the R. Kelly. He then also is going to go into Bill Cosby and also himself, because I don't know if you're aware of Kirk Franklin having gone off on his 34, I think, years old now, son. It was a whole thing on all the blogs, cursed him out, basically dragged that boy. And his son recorded it and had it everywhere. And it was so bad. It was so bad. You can look it up, I'm sure. All right, so let me get the volume up.
See a rapper.
Oh, hell, I ain't share the screen. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's Friday. I don't know. I do know, but here we go. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I can't share that. So I'm going to have to put the picture up because I don't think I'm supposed to actually show their video. But we'll listen to the audio. Here we go.
Well, gospel album, right? And then from the gospel album, they go back and then do a regular album. Does it seem like a novelty? Does it seem like it's done just to get accolades because they don't necessarily believe it? Because if they believed it, they would stay in it. But they go left to right. So do you still, how do you feel about that? You see,
great question. I think that it must be done with a great sense of soberness. It's because, sometimes we think that the trajectory of growth is always linear.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check real quick because he's about to hit on it. Can you guys hear the audio okay? Can somebody let me know in the chat before I hit play again, please? Please and thank you. Let me know. Man, I can't even sing that. I'm waiting to see if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me some bells. We got you. We hear you. Something. Were you able to hear the audio is the actual question of the video. I don't know if it's a hell of a delay. Nobody's there. Like, what's happening? Yay or nay on the audio A? Okay. Thank you, Chrissy. Okay, thank you guys. I'm sorry, you guys are probably busy doing stuff, scrambling to get to the thing. I appreciate you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I don't want to sit here and have this playing and then the whole time you couldn't hear. Okay, so again, this is Kirk Franklin. He's going to touch on R. Kelly, his relationship with R. Kelly. And of course, we know R. Kelly is facing his sentencing on the 29th of this month. He also has another trial August 1st in Chicago federal court. And then he has a state trial pending also. So with that said, here we go.
But it's not always linear, right? It's like, right? Sometimes you do this and you fall back and you do this, you alter. It's, one of the great I can have is that, I had a very close relationship with R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. Very close relationship, and was not aware of the trauma that he was creating in its linear form. This was back in '94. This was right before I Believe I Can Fly, and I had a great relationship with Robert and led.
I want to stop him actually real quick because I don't know if you heard him say that he doesn't think Robert knew the trauma that he was creating in a linear way. Hey, Michelle. So are you saying nah to the audio or what? I don't know. The bottom of the chat I can't see. I see beautiful spirit. I guess it'll come up once. Do me a favor. If you type something in the chat, do 2 lines of something so it can push it up, because I'm having problems seeing the bottom for some reason. Okay, so let's continue with this audio. Listen to what he's saying though.
And Robert to faith. I mean, I was 24 years old, and Robert was in love with this song I did called "Why We Sing," and Robert would show up at my concerts, and he was still R. Kelly at the time. I mean, it was huge, and so right after our relationship is when he did "I Believe I Can Fly," and then I did a song on one of his albums. I put a choir on it, and so we were building relationships, and Robert got really exposed to some churches and some church people that kind of started being about this in his life. It kind of really pissed him off and did him wrong, and so I just remember those moments. And so I remember, his life like this. I had no idea that there were these other things going on. I had no idea, which still prayers every day for all of the victims. It's because I do believe that there were victims. Right. Yes, as I believe.
When you pray for the victims, you pray for R. Kelly also?
I do. It's I pray for both. It's because that is the difficult job of making sure I'm not trying to put myself in God's position. And so I have to humble myself, and even the things I don't understand, I've got to be able to pray for him.
When you say that, so you look at the
great question.
And he does a song, I believe I can fly. And he does a bunch of positive songs, I'm sure influence people in a positive way, push people to the limit that they probably couldn't go. But then he has this other side with these other things.
Yeah.
Do you still look at the artist the same way? Should we still be playing his music? Because I Believe I Can Fly is a positive song, inspirational song. I'm sure it helped. It were graduation songs for people, So how do you feel about that?
I feel about it the same way that if a pastor is pastoring a church and he's abusing women in the church, if he's abusing money in the church, but his is good, and if his word is good, you cannot, and God did not create us to be able to separate the two. There's no way that you can separate the two.
Okay, I'm gonna pause that. Did you hear what he said? Some people don't seem to adopt this concept of you can't separate the two. You can't separate the two, the abuser and the art. You know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure you guys are listening. Queen Dorothy Forsyth, welcome back. Good to see you guys. Happy Friday. Okay, let's go on with this audio. This is Kirk Franklin talking about his relationship with R. Kelly.
There's no way I could put hands on my wife and then come home and bring flowers and expect for there to be the same level of intimacy.
Because it's almost like the Cosby Show, right? People can say whatever they want about Bill Cosby, right? But Bill Cosby influenced a lot of people to go.
And now they're going into Bill Cosby a little bit, but I wanted to talk about what he said because I think that's very important. You have someone who clearly has some issues, mental, childhood trauma, educational, whatever it all is, is causing this behavior of abusing others. Okay, weak people, children, weak-minded, physically, financially weak. Obviously, some people around him doing any and everything for money. And so when they're doing that, to say that, well, that doesn't have nothing to do with his music. How? Have you even listened to the lyrics? It's all meshed together. You can't separate them. And with that said, are you going to keep the abuse to listen to the music and let people keep getting beat, maybe killed, and just hurt, their dreams stolen? Is that okay? Because the music is good? All these lives are sacrificed for a good time, a backyard barbecue, a wedding song? Seriously? He's going to go on. I think he's going to start talking about Bill Cosby, but I believe He's going to come back to some R. Kelly. I think he's going to talk about him and his son. I'm going to stop it when I feel like I've gotten out what I want to get from him. I wasn't a big fan of Kirk Franklin's after I heard what he was saying to his son on that phone call. It was so disgusting. And I think at the time he wasn't, right away, not being very accountable, which turned me off. So I don't know much about him aside from that. I mean, I know who he is, of course, and that he is a gospel legend and all of that. But his personal life, wasn't really aware of much about him. But anyway, let's finish hearing some of what he has to say.
Go to college. A lot of people will go to HBCU.
Yes.
Because the only time that they seen a college or HBCU life or any of that was through the Cosby Show or a different world.
Yeah.
So, it's the same type of thing. He was a monster on this side, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then on this side, he's encouraged a numerous amount of black people
Powerful
to go to college.
statement.
Numerous amount of black
I think
people
there's
to go to
no
college,
thing that's all good or all bad. Like no person. I think that there's bad people who, there's people who can do bad things, but they also do good things. Like, how they say the drug dealers give out the turkeys on Thanksgiving.
But do you pull the Cosby Show off the TV because of it? Do you stop playing R. Kelly's songs because he has songs that's influential?
Yeah.
Cosby Show was influential. So do you pull it off because, he had this side,
This is what I would say. This is what I would say. And I think that I would say this in retrospect, right? Is I would say to anybody with the microphone moving forward,
correct,
is that to whom much is given, much is required. That's what I would say. It's that when you grab the microphone, we've got to be responsible. And let's also have the conversation about the enablers. So let's have the conversation about, let's have the conversation they may have known. Let's have the conversation about the labels. Is because these victims and the things that happen, it does not happen in a silo. It's that there's so many people that contribute to the pain that people go through. And so we've got to look at in our system, and we've got to look at even within our communities, even the trauma of how we have protected black men when we knew they were wrong, but because of the systems that have always existed to always keep our black men in this oppressed state. So we do it to a fault, right? We have these extremes.
And he was a victim himself too. And so you look at that, you deserve punishment for what you've done to other people, but why did it happen?
Yeah. It's there's a multiplicity of levels. I just want to make sure that when we talk about peace, that we're not duplicitous, that we have one standard for people of faith and we have one standard for this. We are fallen humans. And that's why we are to have community. And when you see your brother in a place that is not good, God is looking for you to say something at some point. I remember flying in 2001 to go see R. Kelly. I'll never forget flying to go see him. It's because the label that I was in do another song with him. And I just kind of started saying, I didn't see what was happening in that space, but I just saw some other things that in his music, lyrically, some things that read out I Believe I Can Fly. I felt like that things were kind of going back in another way. And I took a red eye from LA to go see him. And he was working on something. And I remember him saying, he said, I've been in church and I've been in the streets and I don't know which one is the biggest hustle. And that just broke my heart.
Right.
That just really broke my heart. And so I think that what I want people to see from me is instead of pointing fingers at other people, I want to work I was going to say the other word, and everybody knows since they heard my mixtape that every night.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this here. He's gonna get into his self, I think, and his son at that point. But let me come up into the chat real quick, make sure I'm answering it. If anybody has any questions or has any comments about what he was saying. Let me get my jam back on. Let's see. Especially when R. Kelly said he drops little hints and clues in his songs about what he did to a young child. Exactly. First off, pastor is held in higher standards. We are not expecting perfect as a pastor, but now he should get God help. Yeah, but I don't even think we expect our pastors to be perfect because they're not. Pastors aren't perfect either. And I think in the position R. Kelly was in, the platforms, that he's raised up on, he has the influence even beyond a pastor in a lot of cases. And his calling could have been a pastor-like calling through his music, should he follow the path that, God wanted him to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, he very well may have just been that through his music, but no. Kirk Franklin should have helped him get therapy. He probably tried to help him and talk to him in every way he could have. Yep, he probably rejected it. I agree. You think he was gonna go to therapy? To be honest, I had to think whether that Kirk Franklin, because I don't know. There's rumors about Kirk Franklin. I'm not here to get into all of that, but knowing R. Kelly and the way he operates or operated, no, I'll say operates. He's probably still operating that way in jail, where it seems like everybody he meets, he got to take down, or he wants them to take him down, if you know what I'm saying, without being too graphic. So his son is very troubled. Kirk Franklin's son, he's on a reality show on Zeus Network. I believe there's a whole gay male element to it, and he's I always see postings about him being in drama, fights and things. He seems to be going through it, but he's I can't say he's young. He's in his 30s, like almost mid 30s, but it sounds like he had a lot of going on in his childhood. That's what I'm saying about this childhood trauma. It's like it just carries all the way to death if we don't confront it and heal that. We're always going to have to continue to heal ourselves. Healing doesn't stop. Like once you feel like you're healed, it's not like, okay, I'm done. No, you're going to have things. You're going to have to continue your healing processes. So what else are we saying here? So Kirk Franklin, he very much surprised me, honestly. He really dropped some gems in this interview, the whole interview in its entirety. And I got to remember to post the link. I say that and I forget sometimes because I'm running, but I will, if not, you could just look it up. It's a Power 106. Oh, is it Power 106? Power 1059? Breakfast Club. There you go. It's the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy. And I think it was yesterday. But he seems to have a good grasp on, his own self-awareness, which with that, you can really never lose. And what he said about R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and then himself, eventually in the interview, couldn't have been more accurate. And I believe Kirk Franklin understands his assignment. Yeah, he understands the assignment here on earth, that is, and I commend him. It's commendable, yeah, because there's many of us that are still looking for ourselves. We're looking for our purpose, people like him are here to shine their light so, we can better see our own path. Yeah, that's what that's all about. He's not like the fans. He's saying he did go wrong, but he's going to pray for him. There you go. He did exactly say that. Like he believes there are victims. He, he saw things on his the personal side of things, not the media, but his own observation of R. Kelly that let him know that R. Kelly was headed down, he was backsliding or headed down a wrong path. It sounds to me like he was kind of taking credit for influencing I Believe I Can Fly, because he said like after he, I guess, I don't know if it's worked with him, but after he maybe counseled him some and, befriended, they had a friendship, it sounds like. And it sounds like he's saying his influence pretty much spawned I Believe I Can Fly and some other greats. I'm sure that doesn't matter because I know he ain't getting no money for it. So, but hey, if that was me, I probably would want to brag a little on that too, or maybe not because it's R. Kelly. Oof. But there's other topics I wanted to touch on. Let me see what time it is. I don't have a lot of time. I actually have an appointment in 30 minutes. It's not far, but okay. So, but we're going to be live tomorrow, Saturday night. I want to talk about there's been extreme weather. I don't know if y'all have noticed. Chicago, Mexico had some weird hailstorm. Yellowstone, Kansas, there was like 2,000 dead cows from heat stress. Some people are saying it's not unusual, but it's unusual because this stuff is happening all over and like at the same time. I also wanted to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. She did a Rolling Stone interview where she basically said she was disappointed in her ex-best friend Kelsey for going to Tory's house like 2 days after the incident happened, and what she feels like struck a deal with him because he offered her, he bribed her, basically, is what he's saying. And then, Kelsey came back and said it's not true, but she still hasn't said anything. She said nothing. And maybe she can't because there is a trial coming up. People are pissed because they feel like Megan, why does she get to speak out? Why she's the only one that gets to speak out without consequence? Well, she's the victim. So unless there's a gag order put in place, she's in her right to speak about what happened to her. So with that said, Wendy Williams, her final show, I think, was today, and there was no Wendy at the show. It's really sad. She built this whole thing, and it just seems like, I don't know. I kind of get a vision of like vultures picking apart a carcass. Like she had so many people around her picking off of her, taking from her. She doesn't seem like she was strong enough to withstand that alone. She used to have, she thought she had her husband. Like it was those two. She thought he had her back, and in reality, he really didn't. But she didn't really find that out or accept it until later. And then she had to stand alone. It seems like she couldn't do it. And it's really sad. She was depending on drugs and alcohol to keep her going, and that's just never the way, baby. I want to also talk about Black China and Rob Kardashian. He lost his settlement motion. He had a motion for a settlement. He wanted to push the thing into a settlement instead of going to trial for his revenge porn case. Well, it's actually Black China's revenge porn case against Rob. He put some nudies out on the internet of hers without her consent, and that's a big no. Big no. But yeah, his settlement motion was denied, and it's going to trial. There's that. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you are in the replay. I appreciate you all who came into the chat today. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow night. I say we because hopefully my queens will be with me. Shout out to Baby Yoda. Shout out to Beautiful Spirit and my warrior chat. I really appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you giving me your time and attention. Follow up on all my social media platforms. The information is in the description of this video. That'd be Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Donate to the Warrior Fund. All that info is also there. And till next time, y'all. Bye.